Welcome to Talk to Me. I'm your host, Brenda Warren. I am the Soulutionist. And my guest today, Miss Olga Kotlyar, who we refer to as Miss Olga K, is a certified EFT and NLP practitioner, trained in Watkins Echo-tapping method and Reiki practitioner. She is an author, a modern alchemist, as well as a radiation tech with over 13 years experience. She helps heal people through a mind, body, and soul approach that includes love, balance, and freedom. Her powerful duet method is one that she loves to help people delve into, which helps you to dive deep into yourself. It will help you uncover your internal limitations. It will energize your body with Reiki and transform all those whys and becauses to achieve unconditional self love through balance, freedom, and a healthy lifestyle. Miss Olga K, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thank you very much. I'm absolutely great. Thank you, Brenda, for having me. It's just an honor. Thank you.
You know, I'm excited because there's so much to unpack through your duet method and also through your book, Why Your Disease is Not the Real Problem That You Need to Solve. And I'm hoping that we're going to get to dive into a little bit of each of those today. So let's start with, before we go anywhere else, how did you begin to realize that you wanted to create Awakening Men?
It's basically started from very early childhood. It happened that I fell once when I was about 9 years old. I hit my head and I had a very bad concussion, which was not dealt properly. Back then, I stayed in the hospital by myself. There was no parents allowed, and I didn't have the care that I needed to recover. And because I was a child, I didn't understand that I was supposed to lay in the bed for about like 2 weeks, have medication. So I was not healed properly. After that, I kind of grew up very, very fast. I had very bad headaches. I had some conditions that were not allowed me to at school do some work, so I was exempt from it. And I kind of consider that to be a norm for me because it's been for such a long time.
Mhm.
So however, I was very interested. I kind of felt the energy even when I was a child. So, and I always wanted to know more about it. Although back in the Soviet Union, all of this was like very bogus. Like there was nobody talking about it. There was no books really. But I was really different in that way, and it was always fascinating me. I have a family of doctors, so I was treated with all the conventional medicine wisdom and all the pills and everything, but nothing helped. So I grew up still having the same problems, and I consider myself to be a healthy person. Yes, I had headaches. Yes, my blood pressure was like lower. I had some kind of a dizziness and, like sensitivities to foods and stuff like this. But for me, it was a norm. And then I had my children, and after my third child, my condition started to worsen. It really got me to the point when I did not want to do anything. I was really in the low, low, low place. And because I was doing energy work for such a long time and I learned about it, I decided, let me do more for myself. So I started my healing journey. But that was not enough. Just energy work was not healing me properly. There was still something left. And then I discovered that I had a limiting belief that since I was a childhood, when I'm sick, my parents take care of me. So it was imperative for me to be sick to be able to get their attention. And once I
Mm.
learned that, that was a very interesting discovery. And I learned how to heal that properly. Once I did that, it opened so much more possibility for me, like I became free. And I was using my methods for myself, for my friends and family for a very long time. But once I started to do that, uh, I energized my body. I dive deep. Like you have to really go deep and find what the limiting beliefs, like whatever is down there, to the soul level, basically, because the trauma is in your soul and it transfers into the body. Once I found out and once I healed, everything worked really, really well. And basically, before, whatever I did, it didn't have the permanent effect. But now I don't have headaches. I don't have food sensitivities anymore because I know what it is and I'm not having it just because when I stopped having it before, I always sabotage myself. I always go back. I was longing for that me that was able to eat those foods, that me that had that attention. But once I realized that I sabotage myself in this particular way and I heal that, no longer that needed. So now I could consider myself being more healthy. Yes, there is some other stuff for me to work on. There's always something to work on. But in a sense, I'm more healthy than I was when I was 20 years old, even 10 years old. So that's how the method came. So you dive deep, you uncover whatever is inside you to the really, really deep level.
Mhm.
You energize your body. It gives you such a wonderful boost of energy and everything. And you transform your life because the healthy person that you want to be is not the one that you are right now. So in order for those to meet, you need to do something about it. That's how it came.
So once you discovered this, you started coaching other people.
Yes, yes. I was coaching before, but not with the methods that I use right now. My coaching evolved. I
Hmm.
started with energy and then I learned something and I incorporate that into my coaching. And then I did something else and I incorporate that. So as a person who always grows, the method grows with me. But the framework that works really well is duet right now.
So are you coaching individuals, corporate clients, or a combination?
So far, I've been doing individuals, and when we have a group of people, we could do a group of people. I haven't considered myself to do the corporate yet, but maybe at some point I will.
Okay.
The idea is to reach as many people as possible because everybody could heal themselves. You
Mhm.
don't need an extra person who could like do something for you. You could learn how to do it, and that's the idea of everything, because if you could heal yourself, you don't need anybody else. Like, you're a sufficient person,
Mhm.
so you don't have to rely on doctors or anybody else. You could do it yourself.
I see that beside you, you have the power to heal lies within you. It is your divine right to be healthy, radiant, energized, free of self limits, and live amazing, full of possibilities in life.
Absolutely.
And so, is that what the premise of is your book of why your disease is not the real problem?
The premise of the book basically discovers some of the reasons why people have diseases.
Hmm.
uh, the idea is that the disease is not the problem
Hmm.
because it is a symptom of something more deeper.
Hmm.
I have clients that, cancer survivors, for example,
Hmm.
they went through cancer, they went through conventional treatment, and they healed themselves. And a few years later, I'm talking to them, and they have this internal fear that it will come back.
Hmm.
Although they're not with cancer right now, but that fear constantly lurking at the back of their mind, it doesn't let them live normal life. They
Hmm.
might not even see it every day, but when you start to think about it, it is there and it gives them stress. And what is the possibility of this becoming the reality? When basically our mind is a computer.
Hmm.
Whatever you put in there, you become that. So if you have a program lurking at the back of your mind that I might get cancer again, and cancer by default, everybody knows it is a deadly disease, right? The campaigns over the
Hmm.
internet and everywhere, it just says so many people die of it and people are scared of it. Yes, they say so many people get cured and they don't die, but eventually everybody dies. But cancer, for some reason, in the minds of the people, this is a deadly disease and you have to be scared of it. And when you take an emotion, and scary, the fear is a very, very strong emotion. When you take that emotion and you put it in the back of your mind with a notice, oh, I might get cancer again, that might come as a self-fulfilled prophecy. So this person, let's say they know they shouldn't eat sugar because sugar feeds cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they started their journey, they learned about it, they get rid of sugar, they get better. 4 months, 6 months, a year after, they no longer have the cancer and they think, oh, I'm cured, I'm okay. So they start to have sugar again. But at the back of the mind, the cancer is there, the emotion of fear is there, and now you have the sugar present. What's going to happen? So this person realizes in 3 years, oh, I'm having sugar again. Maybe again, I need to stop doing that. So this cycle of self-sabotage, instead of consistently doing no sugar to make sure that the cancer does not come back, right? Because you're already cured, the person self-sabotages themselves. So that is a program. That is a program at the back of your mind, in the subconscious mind, that runs self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the diseases keeps to come back. People keep dying. We're all gonna die at some point. But the question is when, right? So that's how it works. So the book describes some of the limiting beliefs, some of the possibilities, what could happen in your body, in your back of your mind, why a person has a disease, why the person does not heal properly, why does it take so long to heal. So the book describes this little bit.
So, do you work specifically with patients that are in declining medical health, or is it just people that are trying to get unstuck from limiting beliefs, or combination?
It is a combination. Everybody has a right to be healthy. And doesn't matter what stage the person in, the program is still running. If you let the program go, the person could get faster, heal themselves faster. The treatment might go smoother. I work in radiation therapy, and I noticed throughout the years, the people who has a positive mindset, who exercise if they can, who doesn't hold grudges, who use gratitude very, very often, their treatment goes much, much easier than the people who has the same type of disease, the same age range, the same type of things, everything, but they decline. Right, so it all in your mind, how you perceive the situation, how you deal with things. Because emotions, if you have positive emotions, you heal faster. There is a love therapy that helps people. There is like gratitude. There is so many different things that you could do, and yet we're not doing that. So you have to be in a certain state of mind to heal properly. So it doesn't really matter at what stage you are. It could help you to get to the next level faster, more efficient, and some of the stuff could be permanently reorganized in your body and in your mind.
Now, is your duet method, is that a course that you're currently offering for people, or is that just the foundation for how you coach people into their possibilities of their divine right to healthiness?
It is a foundation how I do things right now. If during my journey I learn a different way of doing things, I will absolutely do that, because I'm always looking for a better way of doing things. So since it took me so many years to get to this point, and this is what works right now, I'm using it. However, I am creating a course that's going to be available very soon,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm using the same methods, but it's in a more structural way, where people could learn for themselves what they could do. They could exercise that. The only thing is, you have to really want to change. You really want to go to the final why. Why do you want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes about 6 months to a year for the person to change. Some people, it just clicks for them and they change instantly. But some people, it takes constant work to actually have visible results. But it will always be there if you put on the work. So the question is, how much do you want to be healthy? How much do you want to be problem-free? How much do you want to be this amazing person that you want to be, right? Because you have to put on the work.
So when your course is finished, it'll be self-paced. And in addition to that, then people, if they want to, can be coached with you on a one-on-one basis.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And
Yes.
how do you go about convincing people the need to put in the work to get healthy?
Unfortunately, you cannot convince anybody to do anything. The person has to have very strong why they want to do it. For me, it was a very strong why. I was overweight for many years, right? And I considered myself to be healthy. I could run some, I could do some exercises, I could follow the diet and stuff like that. But my body, for example, it wasn't fit enough, right? And when I had my children, my body changed. So I put on more weight. And I was still okay. I could still perform, but my performance was not as great. And when the scare comes with the worse blood work, when I couldn't breathe properly, it just clicked to me. I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to be able to get on my knees and crawl with them. I want to see them grow, and I want to see their kids, my grandkids. So my why was such a big why that I made myself do this work. And whatever I teach, I went through this myself. It's more than 2 years now, and it's still work in progress, but I don't have that the things that I used to have. I am full of life now. I see my future and I create my future. I don't just see that, I create. I know that I'm a creator of my own life. And the idea, I always thought there's something wrong with me. This thing happens, something wrong with me. And I realized, no, nothing wrong with me. Nothing. Absolutely. I am all. I am worth. I am wonderful. And knowing that, that brings me to love myself. And the love is such a big force, right? So love is the force. Balance is the key. Your life has to be balanced. And for that, you have to get rid of the programs that run to counteract that. Saying, oh, to get attention, you have to be sick. No. And I don't need this attention. I would rather have attention that I'm a wonderful person and I have this wonderful life with wonderful children, wonderful parents, and wonderful husband, right? And then this goes through the transformation. When you transform, you're not the same person. The healthy, vibrant, amazing person that you are is not the same person as the sick person that doesn't see the possibilities, that doesn't see what's possible, what they could do with their lives, right? They stop themselves. They don't allow themselves to do anything. You know, I had a limiting belief that people don't like me, I better be alone. I'm a huge avoider. Just sitting talking to you right now, 5 years back would not absolutely be possible at all. I would not make a contact. I would not go for this. And I would not allow myself, although I know and I want to do this, to heal and talk to other people. I would not share my gift with people and help them. Here I am. I don't have that anymore. Yeah.
So, Olga, tell me, how has what you've done with the duet program and by writing your book, Why Your Disease is Not the Real Problem You Need to Solve, how is that helping you live your best life now?
Once I learned what was the underlying problems that was running, these programs that were running in my subconscious mind that was stopping me from doing what I want. Once I heal that, I've got more energy, my body is stronger, my psyche is stronger. I am not easily thrown off my feet as I was before. I work in highly stressful situations when I am in the hospital. I work with patients that you see. It's you have to you have to be compassionate, but you have to detach from not being taking it all myself.
Right, right.
I should not take it all for myself, because if I do, my stress level rises and I cannot help anybody if I'm not doing this to myself. So before, everything kind of piled up, and
Mm-hmm.
stress over stress over stress, I was not coping very well. But now with all these techniques that I learned, and recently I've learned another technique, which is a positive intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
That is another way of learning about self-sabotage and how to deal with it in a very, very, very easy way.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, I'm no longer under the same type of, I'm still under the same type of stress, but I'm coping differently and it doesn't affect me. I don't come home absolutely washed out and lash on my husband or on my kids anymore,
Mm-hmm.
because I leave my work at work. I help people at my work, and then I balance myself. I put myself in the middle, and
Mm-hmm.
then I go home. And now I am loving and compassionate and wonderful mom and a wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I talk to my parents, I'm a wonderful daughter. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever they say that used to throw me off my path no longer affects me,
Mm.
because all that previous triggers
Yeah.
that were in my background that is no longer affecting me. I have developed a new way of being and I'm a different person. So that's how everything that I do makes me wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see that, it even gives me more understanding that I am actually wonderful. I am lovable.
Mm-hmm.
I am amazing. And being this person, I could help other people and everybody around me. They just change. My husband no longer this bad person that he was
Mm-hmm.
before. My kids are wonderful kids. They no longer, like little feral things. At my work, my colleagues are wonderful too. We have a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful team. So everything in the life, once I've changed inside, is different.
Mm. Well, Olga, I thank you for being on the show today. How do people reach you if they want to get in contact with you?
I have a website,
Mm-hmm.
www.awakenman.ca. There is a contact information. I have 30-minute free consultation discovery calls. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to learn more, or if you have a problem, and you could be amazed what could be done in 30 minutes. So please reach to me, and I'll be happy to help.
Well, thank you, Olga. And if you'll stand by while we thank a veteran. Every day when I do this show, I always like to take the time to say, take the time to thank a veteran. If you look above my head, you'll see www.nevcc.org/projects. That is where you can go to get the opportunity to tell a veteran, thank you. There are people standing on walls and standing in places you never want to go. And every month of the year, we have a writing prompt that allows you to thank a veteran. All it takes is a little bit of time, y'all. Go in there and write a thank you and tell a veteran how much you appreciate what they do so that you can live the way you live. And at the end of the year, my friend Lisa Descharme, the executive director of the New England Veterans Chamber of Commerce, along with her staff, will compile all those thank yous into a book. And that book will be created and placed in a gift basket along with many other goodies and given to a veteran on January 1st, 2022. Be a part of a movement that tells a veteran we appreciate them. It's time to thank a veteran at www.nevcc.org/projects. With that said, Olga K., do you have any last thoughts before we close out the show?
Yes, um, there is nothing wrong with any of us. And I'd be happy to show you that. And I really believe that it is our divine right to be healthy and we could heal ourselves. So be safe, be strong, and live your life wonderfully. Thank you.
Thank you again, Olga, for being on the show. And like I like to remind everyone, remember the choices you make today will be the reality you live tomorrow. Choose wisely. Be blessed.
Be blessed.